How we doing, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggly With It. I'm Will, and today we're getting it previewed by unboxing. Oh, this big old box, Unconscious Mind by Fantasia Games. This, of course, is a long-anticipated, long-awaited game that was on crowdfunding, finally delivered. Of course, it also delivered with my, what was it called? Sweet Mess pastry competition. So I did that unboxing. You go check that out. That's by Fantasia Game, or at least their little version, Pika Games. But with that said, we're going to go ahead and get this unboxed. This is, of course, all in Playmats. Normally don't want Playmats. We'll determine by looking at these whether or not I would use this over the game board. Same as I did with Sweet Mess. The Playmat actually made more sense than the game board. Either way, let's flip over the camera. There we go. Unconscious Mind. One thing, it is lenticular. There you go. You get a little bit of lenticular going on there. It is also textured, which is something different. Like his knee is textured. This is textured, so it's kind of breaking between the two. There are two different artists in that, Andrew Bosley, Vincent Dutre. Each one's doing like a different part of the game, the dream state versus the regular state. Where's our details? There's our details. 1 to 4 players, 60 to 120 minutes, 12 plus, and then that is not the right direction, Will. You put the box back together wrong. Of course, I pre-open all my boxes just to make it, I say quicker for my unboxings, but I ramble so much, it's not really quicker. It's got this little thing. That looks like one of those little recipe, because I just unboxed the other game, recipe card. But there is our box. This is the deluxe edition, and since I just flipped it over like that, we are going to see how well everything sits inside. Before we do that, I guess we should look at the playmats before I zoom in, because if I zoom in, that's going to inhibit playmatting. So there is one playmat that comes in the box. These are the other two, I imagine, to replace the main game board, and then to replace the nightmare. I'm guessing this is probably the nightmare mode, or no? Oh, this is the other half of the game board. So there's game board up there and game board here. I am zoomed in. Also, it may be a little bit dark, because of the way how far I'm zoomed in. I do have a new lens, and some other video I pointed out. Somebody pointed my videos are too dark. But I'm going to tell you, these boards are dark. Like this is dark. I'm looking on the image, and the image in the camera looks almost the same color as what I'm seeing here. So I'm thinking they're just dark. I am zoomed in again, like I said, so would have to zoom out. This is a calyx table. Both mats combined from there to here, I forget how much that is, like 30 inches. There's probably 8, 9, 10 inches. So the total mat size, you're looking at about 20 inches. So you need about almost 3 feet of play space for both mats. A lot of this stuff is small. I'll have to compare it to the game board. Like a lot of these little icons are kind of small. My vision is slowly going with age. More up close than far away, but that might be a problem for some people. In this track, that's very light. Luckily, you do have the big numbers, which are darker, so that's nice. 1900s, coffee breaks. Otherwise, not bad. You do have the normal curl, the shipping curl that occurs. So you just need to remember to roll it one way, roll it the other way, or find some other way to store your mats that aren't rolled. I mentioned in the last video, some people use hangers. Same thing here. There's that roll. It is stitched, so it is stitched edge. It is not a thick mat, so that's the reason we're getting the curling, is because of that. Same thing. We got this. A little bit easier to see some of the stuff on this one, mainly because it's black on tan. Otherwise, everything is pretty self-explanatory there. All right, so let's move that up there. Again, we may have to zoom back in, zoom back out once we get other stuff. All right, here is the box. The box does have the storage guide on the sides. I was able to put most stuff where it belongs. When you're unboxing this, it will have like the nightmare and the expansions on the top, and it goes in like the top tray. But I ended up punching everything and got everything mixed up. So then I had to spend time going through each of the rule books and each of the different books to figure out what component was what. Because on the side of the box, it just says what goes in the wells, doesn't show a picture of what those things are. But in here, it was fine. It showed you everything you need. Thematic setting, very odd for a Euro, but of course you do have a thematic setting. Your components for the main game, player components are outlined here. And of course, they're showing the regular edition, but you do get, in this one, you get the deluxe components as well. So it gives you both the basic and the deluxe. Game setup, a key, A, B, C, D, F, G, and then the numbered setup. Okay, so then it's going to go into each different section, setting those up for each one. Player count, so it tells you the difference if you are playing 2 players, 3 players, or 4 players. So that's your variable setup. Here you have your client dream card, so setting up that display. Research treasures, brilliant ideas. It has been a while since I've watched any playthroughs of this. Again, this game was due to deliver a while ago, finally delivering now, so I've forgotten most of how the game plays. And then your player setup, everything you need to give for components for the player, setting yourself on the score track. And then, what is this one? More player setup. More player setup. So it is not a lightweight game. This is on the heavier side of the Euros because there's a lot of things that you're having to do. This might be one of the heavier Euros we've ever bought, so we'll have to see how well we do with it. Overview, general concepts of what you're trying to do in the game. You have your insight effects, so that's going over that colorful wheel again. Reputation, gaining reputation. So when you trigger your reputation track, down here on the bottom. End of game signal, that's good. I like an end of game signal before you start getting too far in, because you kind of know what to focus on when you're reading the rules, right? On your turn, so again, what you're going to do, your different steps. I think, if I remember, there are player aids in here, so that's good. It outlines all this as well. Ink pot effects, meeting actions, research and treaties, insights, moving your professor, recall ideas, treating your clients, location goals, end of turn, final scoring, and then the final scoring. And this is how I tell you, it's a complex game. The final scoring is a page and a half of example on the final scoring. And then your last page are your modules. So usually it's nice to have a nice little quick reference on the back. Instead, they have so much. They put the modules. So there's a journalist module, there are different overlays, and then there's the fireworks module. So all of those basically give you more replay value by adding those in. Do get some wonderful art if you're one of those that wants to frame art. It is very nice art. I could see framing that. Don't know where I would put it, but I could see framing that. Nightmare. So this is the Nightmare expansion. Same thing, your components, the setup, what you're gaining. So this Madness, which is a new thing in this mode. The gameplay, there are new wild research cards, final scoring, solo mode, and then this is also where the pet module comes in. So you get the deluxe edition, you're going to have minis for everything, but in the basic version of it, you'll get the wooden meeples. Well, in the deluxe edition, you get the wooden meeples too, so whichever you prefer. This is one of those games where I wanted some of the deluxe, but not the other deluxe. Worker placement for me, even though I love minis, I love painting minis and having minis, worker placement always feels like it should be a meeple game to me. I don't know why it should be wooden components, maybe acrylic bits for updates, for tokens and things, especially if it's something that you're drawing out of a bag. That's just me. And then another little module here for the gramophone. This one does have a reference of all of the tiles on the back. So that's nice. I don't know if this is all of them. Maybe, because this is the Nightmare mode. So this might be normal game icons. So that'd be nice. Solo mode has its own rulebook for that. It has its own components for doing solo mode. The difference on the setup, drafting your clients, the key concepts, which is nice. It's going to tell you how the Automa works, how it's id. I guess id is the Automa's name is id. So for the ego and the id. placing ideas, and then the final scoring differences. And then these are special tiles for the solo mode. So it goes over and explains each of the tiles' effects. All right, so here is the game board. So let us zoom back out so we can compare the game boards. All right, so this is I guess we'll do this one first. So this is the playmat. This is the game board. It does not look like you're gaining anything on the playmat. Size-wise, they're roughly the same size. So it doesn't look like you're gaining anything there. Everything looks the same. I know sometimes playmats will have like the icons for like other modes, like nightmare mode or some of the modules, but at least this board, they're pretty much the same. The regular board is a little bit lighter. So you can see here, this is a little bit lighter than this. And that has to do with, I would imagine, the material and how it absorbs the ink. So that is that board comparison. And then the main board, so same thing, same size. This one does have printing on the back. And then, so it's same board, same size. Same. It's slightly better because on the playmat, it's lighter. The colors are a little bit lighter in some of these areas, so it's slightly easier to read, but otherwise it really looks the same. Some areas like here where it's a little bit faded and this is darker, I kind of like the darker there than the faded here. My finger was off, faded there. But some of it, I kind of like almost kind of like the desaturated look to the same degree, because again, this is 1900s. It's a little bit more thematic than the really bright colors. So the only thing you gain here is these spots along the sides of where you can put the different cards and things in your bits. So it gives you a little bit of space for the bits versus just putting them directly on your table. So that is the boards and the playmats. We'll be back up there. All right, we'll go back to the box. All right, so you have your player boards. We have our player aids. So this is another module, a free association module. So this was another mini module. I think this was the stretch goals module. Bric-a-brac notebook, scholarly research. Yeah, so just kind of goes over that module. And then here you go. So it wasn't on the back. So I remember there was player aids. I forgot there were 2 sets of player aids. So you get one set of player aid, which is your icons. So basically what all the icons mean. So there's 4 of those. Everybody gets one of those. All right. And then everybody gets their regular case study client effects. And then the routine checklist. So it says Gustav Klimt, you may add 1 to your pot. Okay, so each of the different clients and what they actually do. So that's not, I don't see a round summary on these. These are just all the icons and all of the abilities for the different things. Your player boards for each of the 4 psychologists, psychiatrists. You said potato. Down here, it does have a little player aid in the bottom corner, showing it looks like trading type things. Use this to get this or this, and it's infinite. Your different spots for your inkwell, different spots for your upgrades and tracks. The back is just the full art. Each one, are they asymmetric in any way? No, it doesn't look like they're asymmetric in any way. So really all pretty much the same. So I'll just kind of give you a look at the full art. Again, beautiful art. Both of them have knocked it out of the park. This I kept in there because I think it's needed. I don't remember on the box. On the box, it doesn't specifically say to keep that in there, but it did keep everything nice and flush for me. It's not too thick, but it kept it flush with the boards, so I kept it. So here are your first 2 trays. So this one here is the Deluxe Edition tray. It comes with another playmat. So this is your card row playmat. I don't know what you get in the normal edition. I'm guessing the card row just doesn't go anywhere. So that's nice. Beautiful art on that one. It is the same size, same width as the standard player board. So I mentioned needing about 2.5 feet. Adding this, you're going to probably need the full 3 feet, because that's another 9-10 inches there. You can see here some of the cards popped out, so don't flip your box upside down like I did. The rest of the deluxe components, you get the firework marker, and then you get your cats. So all 4 cats minis. So you get 4 different cat minis for each one. That is not a cat. That is a dog. That is a pug. All right, so this cat's expansion, or it's pets expansion. Sorry, I thought it was cat's expansion. It's pets expansion. Get those. So this is upgraded firework. So it's an acrylic versus, I didn't mention that, it's acrylic versus cardboard. You get this coin. I forget what the coin is. You get a coin. They call this the metal reputation marker. That's the metal reputation marker. And then you get these acrylic pieces. I thought they were just like wood, but they're actually acrylic. They sound a little different. You get these upgrades, but you also get the wood ones. I don't know why it's telling you to put it in the tray versus with your player tray. I'm going to put it with the player tray. I just left them in here to show you guys where they said you're supposed to put them. It doesn't make sense to me to be in there. So we'll put all these guys back. You do get your jars. So you get, in the deluxe edition, you get more, it's a translucent jars. But you do get the regular jars too. And then you'll see in this corner, those are stickers. I didn't know what they were for. Someone who BGG mentioned it. And these stickers are to go on here so it matches the people's names. I'm guessing somewhere they tell you the people's names so you can match the colors. I would hope. This is the gramophone for that expansion, or for that module. The reporter mini. So he's got his little briefcase. Your Freud mini is there. Normally for most, that's where I got the new lens for, is with that, it zooms in further and it's brighter. It's got a better f-stop. So normally for mini games, I'll have that lens on, or I'll switch it out. I'm not switching it out for this one for six minis. And there's your next 2. I guess I should critique the details look okay without my glasses, which means I guess they're okay. I mean, I can see his watch chain there and all, so they're pretty good details in these. I don't know if I will actually paint them. I think what I'll do is I will probably do a dry brush wash sun drop type of technique. Very similar. I do have a video up for Title Blades. If you go look at Title Blades, I have a painting video. I'll probably do it very similar to those, which is really just dry brushing on some white, or a lighter version of these colors, and then just slapping on some speed paints as a wash, more or less. So everything in here is your nightmare module. So easy to remember, purple is your nightmare modules. So you have your nightmare boards. So for those, you have your extra tile that jumped out of its spot. So just different tiles. These are books. I forget what they're called. Your little upgrade pieces. So you get 2, 4. So you get 2 of each color. And then they have that the little nightmare resource. And then you have your cards. I guess I could look down here and try to remember what they are. The little cards, these are wild resource cards. And your reference. So these are your wild resource cards, your gramophone, and then your 12 wild resources. Oh, no, these are Mad Notebook tiles. No, those are the Mad Notebook tiles. Somehow I have extra things in this slot that it doesn't mention. Either way. Yeah. So then you get your books, which is your resources, I guess. All right. Let's go back in. And this was actually supposed to be over here. So again, me flipping it over made it go way over there. These are your meeple animal, your little pet meeples. Again, I prefer wooden components for a Euro, so I don't know which one I'll be using. Your standee, so again, you get both components. I always wonder, right, if a game has both components, could they have saved me $10 on my pledge cost by not including both components, right? Storage could have been slightly smaller, not much, but these are your draw, I think your reputation, what are these? Insights. These are your insights. So these are dark insights. So in the normal game, you have white ones for your insights and then your player insights. These are upgraded. They are lenticular as well. So I don't know if that's going to, yeah, it shows up in color. So those are lenticular. They have like a little foil embossing on them. And then you have your pet. This is a very tight fit. So the pets are supposed to go in this tray. It is a very tight fit to get those pets in there. So that is going to cause some rubbing. This goes, I forget where this one. This is another location tile, nightmare location tile. Your pet boards. So you have each of the different pets. So same thing with the pets. I probably won't paint them. I'll probably just do the wash with them as well. And then these are, what are these? The dream cards and a reference card. Okay, so that's your reference card. And then these are your dream cards, your nightmare dreams. So that's your back image. And then these are your different dreams. They're very surreal, very, well, nightmarish, right? There's a tidal wave coming at you. Black box, randomly floating in the woods. I mean, that would scare me too. That is Oddity's nightmare. So we know Oddity does not want to pull that one. This is the Guardians of the Galaxy's nightmare. Groot has gone against them, which actually in the comments, there is a bad Groot. I think Groot originally was a bad guy, or a person of his species, not the one that we know. I think they do say it is a different person. Yeah, more tentacles. Insects, again, Oddity, no bueno. Vampires, Jack the Ripper. Ooh, that's surreal. Falling, just, yeah, falling into blackness and darkness. A graveyard. So those are your nightmare cards. Put you back in there again. Very tight fit. And then these are your overlays. So this is your metamorphosis, grief, client cards, and a haunted location. Okay, haunted location. That was that one. So these are they're overlays. So they're transparent. The other game that we've played similar to this, right, is Canvas, where you're putting these on to make different images. So same thing, you'll put this on the patients, and then it will go. Some of them are kind of sticky, so probably need to play with them a couple times. Or something you could do is take like talcum powder, something like that. But different nightmares. They're probably hard to see because of the way they're see-through. You have bats, octopi, and then, like I said, you got your patients. So you basically can lay them on top of each other like that, and still see the stuff behind. And I guess while they are, they've got this thing going on, you got a red mark crossing out your bonuses down here at the bottom. So you want to cure them. So here are your extra crazy patients. I imagine these cannot be included in the base game. I don't know what makes them different, so I can't say. But they said to put them in here, so that's where I put them. There. Whoops. Forgot our squid, or our jellyfish. Get in there, jellyfish. Whoops. Back in there. All right, and then the bottom is your core game, your main base game, the game itself. So everything is down here in the bottom. So these are your normal boards. Let's turn this so I can, again, give you guys accurate description of what these things are. So your player tray is inside of this tray. These are your office boards with a brain in the middle. Nothing on the back. These are your, those are your insight dials. These are your office boards. So these get added to you for each of the players. So that. And then this is your player pieces. So they all go in here nice and even. Like it when there are separate player trays for everything. But at the same time, this isn't the easiest way to get things out. You could, of course, throw it in a baggie. I'm not going to go through, all of them are the same, so I'm going to see which one looks like the blue might show up the best on camera. So we'll go with the blue. So the difference between this marker and the one you get, the default one, is, I think it's this one, right? I should have two of those. Here's my other one. Oh, it went into this pocket. So again, I flipped it upside down and it somehow got into this other pocket. So that's possible. So the default game comes with the wooden heart, and it's got a little picture of a heart. The upgrade has, it's more like an actual box, like a keepsake box with a heart on it. You really can't, in the camera, you probably can't make it out that it's a textured heart. Similarly, it's easy enough to take a dry brush with white and just kind of do that, which I probably would do to make that stand out more. But again, you get both. So we'll put those here. We'll put everybody else's in theirs. All right. These are the normal pieces. So like I said, you get both. Has like a little texture on it. They're kind of translucent as well. Really, the only difference, I guess, in all honesty, is the cork isn't a cork, which could easily be painted. Again, this is where I was saying, like, it takes up extra room to have both, because I've got these in here and I got those there. Those would technically fit here and would cut out that little bit of space. You get the wooden meeples and you get the minis. I don't know if the minis would fit in this tray, but again, similar situation, right? You only get 4 stickers, so you can't put stickers on both sets of bottles. So here's your mini. This will just take out all the components, one of each. My game actually came with extra blue ones for some reason. I do not know why. You go in there. That. The money. Yeah, definitely don't flip your box upside down. Or put all this stuff in baggies, is I guess the moral of the story is I should have had everything in baggies. Okay, there are all of the player components. That's all the little pieces you get. Like I said, you get the plain insights. Everybody gets, I think, 6. Your insights. This is so the worker placement aspect, this is most of the worker placement aspect is going to that table on the game board to pick your space. The way this points basically dictates what you're going to take. Reputation markers, coffee break marker. So they upgraded everything else, but the coffee break is not a little coffee cup. It's a key. So those are your player bits, and we will throw all of you guys in there. All right, so put you back down in there, there. So these are your insight tokens, I think. Isn't that what these were? So you got their light bulb, same thing. They got a little foil, a little lenticular action going on. You do get the cardboard fireworks, which is funny. It has the lenticular foil on it, yet you get the acrylic one in the deluxe. So, and then you get your Freud and your news reporter. Again, I also got 2 news reporters for some reason in my box. Then a tracker, and then your first player marker or your Freud marker, not sure which. All right. And it goes there. And the stand is on it. The standee is on it. I did have it fitting at one point. There you go. So here are your, what do they call these? These are the treatise tiles, treatise tiles. So you get a couple. It does have, I probably did put the expansion in here as well, because that's where they all go. And then these are your district tokens. So they're just of the different colors. All right. These are mini cards. They're your research cards, your meeting table, research, and rendezvous. Okay, so the last 2, these are going to be the expansion. So these are your normal cards. These are your meeting table, and then It says I should have gotten 12 scholarly research and 6 rendezvous objectives. Huh. Where are my expansion cards? I know I had the expansion. What did I do with the cards? Oh, I think I left them up in the Nightmare Pack. That was what those extra cards were in the Nightmare Pack. They say to go down here. Now, these cards are kind of tight fit in some of the wells. I imagine it'll fit sleeves because, I mean, there is some extra room in some of these, especially like in that top tray. So you may have to mix and match. And then these are the same as the other ones. They're just for the base game. So purple, green, purple, red. So. And then, so that's what I said. I got extras. I don't know why I got extra. I left that in there to show that I got extras. That'll go in my, there's no reason for me to put it somewhere else. These are your dream cards. So you get 24 manifest, 24 latent, and 6 illusions. So if you look on the back, the cards are different. So that's how you know the difference. So these are your illusions. Same thing, beautiful art on all of them. These ones are about as creepy or just as weird as the other ones. I think the main thing in the theme, everything's just so surreal and out there and just different in the way that they did it. But the art is very beautiful. Again, they did an outstanding job with the art. One of the reasons that drew me in is, I mean, I like worker placements. I like Euros. It's no big deal. We play them. But if something has good art, good graphics, I am more likely to pick it up and play it and buy it or back it or whatnot compared to, that's cool. I like that. See, I would have liked this to be one of those lithographic prints. This is so cool. Like, I would have put that. I'm saying this now. This would go perfect in Lucita's bedroom because she's got animals and stuff, and we've done like a purple and teal. That'd be pretty cool. There we go. Cats and dogs and suits and curves. And then these ones are the oh, hang on, that was the first one. Okay, so these are the rendezvous objective cards. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 illusions. Sorry, I was reading this. These are the illusions. So the illusion cards have the foil on them. I do have the foil pack, so I guess we'll compare the foil card to the regular cards. Because you have the choice of playing with either, but since these have that foil, I'll probably replace them all. I wasn't sure if I was going to, but I forgot that these were foil. So let's leave these out so we remember to look at them. So then these are your location tiles. Everything under here, these are your solo components. All your solo components basically go down in this little well, or most of them go down in the well. There are solo tiles. So I put the solo tiles right next to the solo well. They really didn't explain how these wells were supposed to be laid out, so I just put them. Then these are your locations. Again, great art on all of these. So each of your locations. And then these are your, what do they call these? Oh, what are they called? Notebook tiles, bric-a-brac? I don't know. You got 24 level 1, 24 level 2, 12 starting, 9 solo, and 6 bric-a-brac. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are your 6 bric-a-brac tiles. And then these, of course, would insert into your player board. Don't know what they do. These are your tiny tiles. So these are where, on the rules we saw, where you could add variability by switching these out in the locations. And then these are your different cards. So these are level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Or maybe these were the solo ones. Now I'm confused. These might have been the solo ones. I don't remember, guys. And then, yeah, same thing. So here's all your level 1. There's tons of these. I mean, there's just so many. So these are the level 1. And then the level 2. Yeah, I assume these went here because they were the most. And then these are your level 2. So just a different color. Stickers, now that I know these go to the bottles, I'll put them there. And then these are your overlays. So it told me to do it this way. So inside of the dispenser box, there's 25 grief cards. Underneath the box, there's your 5 starter griefs. So it says not to put those in the box. Your 4 office room cards. So yeah, so grief, and then the room cards, and then your 12 routine clients, 12 case studies, your 2 solo cards, and then your 6 mirror client cards, which is for the expansion. So yeah, we'll just kind of go through. So these are your starting cards. They're more basic than we saw with the nightmares, right? It's just kind of like ink spots, which is, you know, what do you see? I see a butterfly. What do you see here? I see another butterfly. They all look like butterflies. So these are your room cards. I'm guessing it's just to identify which room is which, because there's really nothing on them. Your clients, the different clients. So basically, same thing, right? You get this, it covers up the card, and then same thing, it crosses out there. That's just that. It looks cool. It's kind of neat. I don't know if I would play with sleeved cards because I don't know how that would interact with each other. If you're not shuffling cards, or if we're not shuffling cards, you're not having to constantly shuffle them, I'm not going to sleeve them. There's no point. Again, great artwork. So this is the real world. So if you notice, that's where I said that they used the 2 artists. One artist did one artist did the other. I don't know which did which. Somebody down in the comments will probably let me know at some point, saying that's so-and-so's art. But yeah, so the real world has one set of art, and then the dream world has another. Like I said, your solo cards. And then these are those mirror clients. So it's basically a mirror of the, you're trying to fix yourself or your other psychiatrists, shrinks, psychologists. Again, you say potato, I say potato. Right, so there. And then these are the rest of the grief cards. So same thing, just a whole bunch of pretty colored ink spots, tons and tons of ink spots. Same thing. These are kind of sticky. I imagine the more you play, the less sticky they'll become. It's probably just, again, I live in Florida, might be just a little bit of humidity. Probably I don't have one sitting around. Probably need to throw another one of the little silica packs in here. But just a whole bunch. Oh, there you go. This one thinks they're the X-Men. All right. And then so the last thing we have, and there is plenty of room. I don't know if that's, I guess, because when you add the nightmare, you need the extra room. Definitely can't sleeve these. And then, okay, so the last thing we have is the special Holofoil dream cards. So again, this was optional to get these, but let's see if we can do some comparisons. All right, so the first one I got there is the, I don't remember the butterfly girl. Are there different ones in here? But so these are beautiful looking with I don't like foil cards. I usually don't. I can say they are already starting to curl a little bit. I don't know if that can pick up in the camera. That's very common with foil cards, is they curl. So I would say don't get rid of your normal cards, just in case they start to curl more than this. It's something to do with the process, but all foil cards curl. Trying to find the mountains. I don't remember seeing the Starry Night. There's my kitty cat, so I do remember him. I imagine, yeah, so the nightmare cards are in here as well. So I'd have to sort through the nightmare cards. Or are all these the nightmare cards? They might be in order. Are they in order? Well, no, because I still haven't seen my mountains. Yeah, they're kind of mixed in, so you have to pull them out to get them in the right spots in the box. I was gonna compare, guys, but there's more nightmare cards. Where did my mountain go? Did I just completely miss the mountain? It's like I wanted to show at least one example, guys. Can't even find my mountain. Mountain, where is my mountain? I did not see the mountain. This is, oh, there we go. I saw this because I was going so fast. All right. So here's your difference in your cards. So with the foil, without the foil, I like the foil. Foil's kind of neat. Especially, I mean, if you're trying to highlight the art. Oh, okay, that'll make it easier to sort. I forgot the back of the cards are different. But yeah, I mean, when I've got these two cards, if I do this, yeah, you guys should be able to see a little bit, see how it's bowing. So that is a factor. So with that said, now that I remembered the backs are different, let's do that. All right, that's that. That's that. I'm missing some cards. All right, which ones are not here? Okay, you get that one. You get this one. What am I thinking of? I think. Oh, these ones, because these were already lenticular. I was like, I'm missing some cards, but it's because they were already. Okay, so we'll take those out. Those there. Those there. And so since they're bowing this way, I'm setting them probably not the right way. Probably want to set them so that they bow like that, so the weight. Yeah, that makes more sense. Those in there. All right, put this. So there's these little. It's got the little buttons, the little snap-in buttons for the tray. It's not a full lid, full tray cover. So you do have to know that that's a thing. And then you got to roll up. Ah, so the mat, I didn't see this. The mat actually is two-sided. So if you don't want to play with the dreamy side, you can play with the non-dreamy side. I like the dreamy side. But that is nice because then you can actually reverse roll it, which then means it's going to curl up. Man, never mind. Yeah. So what's wrong with playmats? It really is. It's the biggest problem is like, okay, you've had this game in a box for, a month or 3, and you go to play it, and everything is curling up on you. And this one is very annoying because you got to get this as a tight roll to get it to fit back at the same height as the thing. So I'm doing this, and you grab a piece of it on the inside, and just keep twisting until it gets smaller. Whoop. Magic trick. Maybe. Let me go here. Oh, I'm going to need to put this box back in here somewhere. Maybe it'll fit up here on top. All right, let's get this out. This out. All right, so that. All right, so this is our nightmare cards. So we'll take them out and place them with these ones. And then I might need to put those at the very bottom. Everything I did might need to be undone if I want to keep this box. The cards. That fits there, but now the cats don't fit. That'll fit, but now the cats won't fit. So I'm thinking I'll put this on the bottom to hold those other cards down, right? So that can kind of help with the curling, maybe. Slightly doesn't fit. It's slightly too big, but I mean, I think with the weight, with all the other stuff on it, might be fine. All right, so if you sleeve your cards, you'll have to keep that box somewhere else. Just so you know. All right. Let's put you in here so I don't forget about you. All right, and then this came unrolled again. Oh, the joys of putting everything back in the box. Oh yeah, extra pieces. Extra pieces. So of course the playmats definitely are not fitting in the box. Some people want playmats to fit, some people don't. I kind of see the point, if you could, but at the same time, you don't want your box to be so big that now you can't fit anything else in. Like this one, if you folded it, would fit in this spot, but there's no other way to get that to fit in there. All right, game boards. All of your extra cards. Go here. Let's goes here. Yeah, and this is like a very almost perfect fit to get it all in here, right? Without having lid lift. Also, if you're interested, there is a coming soon Colosseum Avetitus. Not sure what that is. Colosseum. That is their next game. All right, there we go. That is Unconscious Mind by Fantasia Games. Hey, I did it correctly that time. See, it's the right way now. That probably got everything all moved around. If you want to see the gameplay, let me know down in the comments, of course. Most gameplay now is going to be solo, but I could try multi-handed and see if I can run 2 people and beat myself. Or if you want to see Audrey play, let me know down in the comments if you'd rather see her play with me. But until then, guys, peace.